Oh my God, Gemini! I just pulled cards for you, and what I'm seeing is going to blow your mind. In the next 72 hours, three major toxic patterns that have been haunting you for months are finally cracking apart. And the first card that flew out of my deck, it wasn't what I expected at all. The Nine of Pentacles just launched itself onto my table. Now wait. Everyone thinks this card is about financial abundance, but for you, Gemini, this is revealing something completely different. This card is showing me that one of your biggest toxic patterns is actually your need to appear financially independent and put together when you're actually struggling internally with worthiness issues. You see that figure in the garden? That's been you, Gemini, standing alone in your beautiful facade, but feeling disconnected from genuine abundance because you've been performing success instead of being successful. The universe is saying enough. This pattern of pretending everything is perfect when you're actually overwhelmed, it's breaking today. And I need to tell you something that's going to sound absolutely wild. Three of my private community members messaged me yesterday about this exact energy shift. They're all Geminis and they said the same thing. I can't fake it anymore. The cosmic timing is insane. But here's where it gets really interesting. The second card that appeared, and Gemini, I gasped when I saw this because it's so perfect, yet so unexpected. The King of Cups landed right next to the Nine of Pentacles. Now listen carefully because this is huge. Everyone expects Cups cards to be about emotions and love, but this King of Cups is revealing your second toxic pattern. You've been emotionally managing everyone around you. You've turned yourself into the therapist friend, the problem solver, the one who has all the answers, but you've been drowning your own emotional needs in the process. This king represents mastery over emotions, but you've been using this mastery to avoid dealing with your own feelings. You help everyone else process their stuff, while your own emotional world becomes this churning ocean of confusion. The King of Cups is saying, stop. You don't have to be everyone's emotional lighthouse anymore. And the crazy part? This pattern started when you were probably around 15 or 16 years old. I'm seeing you realized you were really good at reading people and solving their problems, and somewhere along the way, you made this your identity. But it became toxic because you started believing that your value came from what you could do for others, not who you are. The cards are showing me that in the next 48 hours, you're going to have a moment. Maybe it's someone asking you for advice when you're already overwhelmed. Maybe it's you automatically saying yes when you want to say no. But something is going to make you stop and think, why do I always do this? That moment, Gemini, that's when this pattern starts cracking. But wait, there's more. The third card that came through, and I'm getting chills because this is so specific. Justice appeared, but she's upside down. And reversed justice for you isn't about legal problems or fairness issues. Oh no. This is about your third toxic pattern, and it's the biggest one. You have been mentally prosecuting yourself for years. Your mind has become this courtroom where you're simultaneously the judge, jury, and defendant, and guess what? You always find yourself guilty. Guilty of not being smart enough, not being consistent enough, not being focused enough. You've turned your beautiful Gemini curiosity and multifaceted nature into evidence against yourself. You look at your scattered interests and call it lack of focus. You look at your changing opinions and call it being fake. You look at your need for variety and call it inability to commit. The reverse justice is showing me that you've been using your own mind as a weapon against yourself. And this pattern, this is the root of the other two. You perform success because you don't believe you deserve real success. You manage everyone else's emotions because you don't trust yourself with your own. But here's the breakthrough moment that's coming, and I literally got goosebumps typing this. Within the next week, you're going to catch yourself in one of these mental prosecution sessions. Maybe you're beating yourself up for starting another project before finishing the last one, or judging yourself for being interested in something new. But instead of just accepting the guilt, you're going to pause. And in that pause, you're going to realize something revolutionary. All those things you've been judging yourself for, they're not flaws, they're superpowers. Your ability to see multiple perspectives isn't inconsistency, it's wisdom. Your curiosity about different subjects isn't lack of focus, it's intelligence. Your changing interests aren't signs of instability, they're signs of growth. The Justice card is flipping upright in your energy field as we speak. The trial is over, Gemini. The verdict is not guilty on all charges. Case dismissed. Now, I want to pull one more card because the energy is so intense right now. Oh, wow. The Hermit just appeared, and this is beautiful. Not in the way you'd expect, though. Everyone thinks the Hermit is about isolation and soul-searching, but for you right now, this card represents something totally different. This is about finding your true voice again. You see, Gemini, all these toxic patterns have been noise. The performing, the people-pleasing, the self-judgment, it's all been static, drowning out your authentic self. The Hermit is showing me that you're about to enter a phase where you start speaking your truth, not what you think people want to hear. And this is going to feel weird at first because you've been performing for so long that you might not even remember what your real opinions are. But the Hermit's lantern? That's your intuition lighting up the path back to yourself. I'm seeing you in about 2 weeks having a conversation, maybe with a friend, maybe with a coworker, maybe even with family. And instead of giving the safe response, instead of managing their emotions or saying what you think they want to hear, you're going to say exactly what you think. And it's going to feel terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. That moment, that's your first step into your new era. But here's what's really exciting. I pulled one more card because the energy kept building. The Eight of Wands flew onto my table. Like literally flew. This card is all about swift movement and messages, but for you, it's showing me that once these toxic patterns start breaking, the healing is going to happen fast. See, you've been stuck in these patterns for so long that you might expect the healing to take forever. But the Eight of Wands says no way. Once you start seeing these patterns clearly, once you start catching yourself in the act, the transformation is going to be rapid. I'm talking days, not months. I'm talking breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Because here's the thing about Gemini energy. Once you get something intellectually, once you truly understand it, you integrate it lightning fast. And the beautiful part? As you break free from these patterns, you're going to inspire other people to examine their own toxic cycles. You're going to become living proof that change doesn't have to be slow and painful. It can be quick and exciting. The cards are showing me messages, lots of them. Texts, calls, emails. People are going to start reaching out to you saying, "What's different about you? You seem lighter." And you're going to know exactly what changed. Now, let me pull one final card because I feel like there's something else trying to come through. Oh my gosh. The star. The star. Gemini, do you understand what this means? After all that heavy pattern-breaking work, after facing those toxic cycles, the star appears. This is pure hope. This is your sign that you're not just breaking negative patterns. You're stepping into your destiny. The star is showing me that this period of breaking toxic patterns isn't random. It's divinely orchestrated. You're being prepared for something massive. All that fake confidence you've been performing, it's about to become real confidence. All that emotional management you've been doing for others, you're about to channel that gift in a way that actually serves you and them. And that mental courtroom where you've been prosecuting yourself, it's being transformed into a place of discernment. You're going to start using that analytical Gemini mind to see opportunities instead of problems, to find solutions instead of faults. The star is also about wishes coming true, but not in some magical thinking way. Your wishes are coming true because you're finally becoming aligned with who you really are. When you stop fighting against your nature and start working with it, when you stop judging your gifts and start using them, that's when everything clicks into place. I'm getting such strong energy around the next 3 weeks for you. It's like the universe has been waiting for you to be ready for this shift, and now you are. The toxic patterns breaking, that's just the beginning. What's coming after is going to be extraordinary. And I have to mention, yesterday I had to pause personal reading bookings because the energy was just too intense. My private community has been going absolutely wild with all these breakthrough stories. But here's what I want you to do right now. Are you ready? I want you to think about one person you've been emotionally managing. One person whose problems you always try to solve. Got them in mind? Good. The next time they come to you with drama or chaos or asking you to fix something for them, I want you to try something revolutionary. Instead of immediately jumping into problem-solving mode, I want you to ask one question. What do you think you should do? That's it. Just redirect the energy back to them. Watch what happens. Watch how they respond. And more importantly, watch how you feel when you're not automatically taking responsibility for their emotional world. This is going to feel so weird the first time you do it. Every fiber of your being is going to want to jump in and fix and manage and solve. But resist that urge. Trust me on this. This one tiny shift is going to crack open that people-pleasing pattern faster than you can imagine. And when you catch yourself judging that choice, when your mind starts saying, you're being selfish, or you're not being helpful, that's your cue to remember the justice card. The trial is over. You're not guilty of being human. You're not guilty of having boundaries. You're not guilty of putting your energy back into your own life. The comments are absolutely exploding right now. You all feel this energy too, don't you? The shift is happening for so many of you simultaneously. This is what I love about collective energy work. When one person breaks free, it creates a ripple effect for everyone else. Now, Gemini, I want you to pay attention to your dreams over the next week. The subconscious is going to be doing so much work to integrate these shifts. You might have dreams about school or tests. That's your mind processing the end of that self-judgment pattern. You might dream about water or storms. That's the emotional management pattern clearing out. You might dream about flying or freedom. That's your authentic self celebrating. Write them down if you can. Your dreams are going to be giving you clues about how to navigate this transformation period. And here's something beautiful that's about to happen. As these toxic patterns break apart, you're going to rediscover parts of yourself that got buried underneath all that performing and managing and judging. Remember when you were a kid and you just naturally followed your curiosity without second-guessing yourself? That energy is coming back. Remember when you used to ask questions just because you were genuinely interested, not because you were trying to help someone else feel better? That authentic curiosity is returning. Remember when you had opinions that were just yours, not filtered through what you thought other people needed to hear? That voice is getting stronger. This isn't about becoming a different person, Gemini. This is about remembering who you always were before the world convinced you that your natural gifts were problems to solve. The timeline on this is fast. I keep seeing the number 11, so either November 11th is significant for you, or this 11-day period starting now is when the major shifts happen. Pay attention to synchronicities around the number 11. License plates, receipts, timestamps. The universe is going to be confirming this transformation every step of the way. And I have to share this because it's so perfect. One of my community members texted me this morning and said, I finally told my friend I couldn't be her unpaid therapist anymore, and instead of getting mad, she said she respected me for having boundaries. That's the energy that's available to you right now. People aren't going to punish you for being authentic. They're going to respect you for it. They might be surprised at first because they're used to the old version of you, but deep down, everyone prefers the real version of people over the performed version. Your authentic self is magnetic in a way that your performed self never was. When you stop trying to be what everyone needs and start being who you are, that's when the right opportunities, the right relationships, The right everything starts flowing toward you. The star card is showing me a wish you made, probably months ago, maybe even last year. You wished you could just be yourself without fear. You wished people would accept you for who you really are instead of what you could do for them. You wished you could trust your own judgment instead of constantly second-guessing yourself. Gemini, those wishes, they're about to come true. Not because of some magical intervention, but because you're finally ready to stop standing in your own way. The toxic patterns breaking, that's just removing the obstacles between you and your own wishes. Everything you've been wanting has been waiting for you to get out of your own way. And as we wrap up this reading, I want you to remember something crucial. This transformation period might feel uncomfortable sometimes. You might have moments where you want to go back to the old patterns because they feel familiar. That's normal. Change is scary even when it's good change. But every time you feel that pull toward the old ways, remember the cards. Remember the 9 of Pentacles showing you that performing success kept you from real abundance. Remember the King of Cups revealing how managing everyone else's emotions drowned your own needs. Remember Justice showing you how your own mind became your biggest enemy. And then remember the Hermit lighting your path back to your true voice. Remember the 8 of Wands promising rapid transformation. Remember the Star confirming that your authentic self is exactly who you're meant to be. This is your time, Gemini. Your time to stop apologizing for being multifaceted. Your time to stop managing everyone else's emotional world. Your time to stop prosecuting yourself for being human. Your time to let your light shine exactly as it is. The toxic patterns are breaking. The authentic you is rising. And the universe is celebrating every step of this journey. Subscribe now, because what's coming for you over the next few weeks is going to be incredible, and you're not going to want to miss a single update. Your future self is already thanking you for watching this reading and taking these first steps toward freedom. If you want more of this energy, you know where to find me.